Because of the network, I have to start once more where I started because I was able to see that it was not being recorded. So I can start from I'll start again from where I was. So I was discussing, I had said last time, we were discussing the components of the email. I remember to discuss the date. What is the date? What is two? What is the subject? What is the state? The state.
You are currently the only person in this conference.
In the signature entry, I'll be illustrating on how you can add the signature to an email. So I'll first go to an email and on how you can add a signature, the email. Because for example, a signature appears at the bottom. For example, in signature now, your email can have your names, your phone number. So we'll just share screen here, illustrating on how you can. Let me just share screen here on how you can add a signature. Is here. I hope you know you are back. So you can proceed. So you just open your email, sharing the screen. Yeah, we have that screen. For you to open the signature now, what you have to do now, you have to go to the settings now of your email. Just go to the settings. Just click here the settings here. You have these settings. Just click settings. Just click settings. Now we have this. We have the for this here for the general. You just scroll at the bottom. Just scroll at the bottom. Just scroll at the bottom. Then, for example, you have my picture here. You can just add the picture is here. Then the signature is here. We have this part here. You're able to see that the signature is here. So I have written my B one fast. Then you can have this information. So just type in here. For example, a small image of the signature. You have this part here. Image. You want to upload an image. Upload an is here. We'll upload an image. So you can decide now to upload the image either from my drive, from the upload, or from the web address. But once you're having a local image, we just click on upload. But in case that the image was in my drive, I have already uploaded in the drive. Just click on my drive. Just click upload. Then you have this part here. Select a file from your device. Just click it. Just click it. Then you have the pictures here. You have the pictures. Just select a picture here. Just pick a picture from a different location. Just pick one. Just a picture. Just pick one. Just pick one. Let me just pick this as my signature picture. It's uploaded. You have to wait now until the entire image has been uploaded. Have to wait until it is completely uploaded. Yeah, now we have the image. The more is just once more. Yeah, we have the image here, but it's very, very small. Yeah, we have the image is very small. You can have it here. Then once you have the image, the signature now, the next pattern what you can do, you can just come to save. You can just click here. You can have same changes here. But still, you have another feature in the email here. For example, maybe you are for example, in case someone is able to send a message that in case someone is able to send a message that time or an email, and you want to have a response email immediately, you can just come here. You have this part here, vacation respond on. So you have to turn it on. You have to turn it on. Then start date and last date. Then indicate to the subject the message. So whenever people send emails at that time, they always get what are a response. Yeah. Then you click what? Just save here. Just save the changes. Save the changes. Now let us compose an email. Let's compose an email. Yeah, you're able to see that. So you have this information here on the signature. We have the regard, not first. You can have the image. But look at this image here. It's very, very large. So there's a way you can resize the image. There is a way you can resize the image. So you can just resize the image. We have to get back to the settings once more. You have to get back the settings. You have to get back the settings. You get the image is here. Then you can select small. You can select small. Then you can select small. Yeah. See the effects. Yeah, let us have small. Once we do that now, we can save the changes. We can save the changes. Yeah, now let us compose an email we see now. You'll be able to see that we are having a small e image. Now we are supposed to delete one. We're supposed to delete one. Yeah, we have it. Now it is here. Yeah, we have what? That is a signature. That is how that is the procedure of adding a signature. Now, still on the email now, you're supposed to know we have like this part here. We have the inbox. We have the messages, the news, the important. Now, these are some still. There are some of the components in the email. So, for example, whenever you see we have the inbox now, whenever we have the inbox now it represents all the emails that have been received by the recipient. consists of all the emails that have been received by the recipient. That is what they in the inbox. Then we have what we call the sent emails. We have the sent emails. For the sent emails now, it corresponds all to those emails that have been sent by the recipient. That have been sent by the recipient. Still, we have what we call, we have the draft. We have the draft what emails. We have a draft email. For example, maybe you have written an email and you have not submitted the email. Why? The reason for that, maybe you have not inputted the email address, the recipient's email address. That email becomes what is a draft. That is a draft. You have composed the email very, very well, but you never inputted the recipient's what address. It becomes a draft. So once you input the recipient, you can click for submit. Then the result is called the outbox. In the word email. The purpose of outbox now, for example, maybe you compose the email very, very well. You compose the email very, very well. Then you submitted the email or you sent the email, but there was no internet connection. There was no internet connection. So that email is placed in the outbox. Once you have connection, that email is what is sent. Then we have what we call the spam emails. We have images. We have the spam images. So these emails, not images, sometimes have emails sent in your mailbox, but they were not supposed to be sent in what in your mailbox. So together, and most of these emails they are correspond to advertising images. Still, we have forward the email. We have forward the email. We have the term forward the email or that component. In case now you have received an email and you want to send the same email to someone different, just click forward. Once you click forward, that information is forwarded to that recipient. But remember, you have to input the email address of that recipient. That is a forward. Still, you can have the reply. The reply. You have received an email in your inbox, but now you want to respond to that information or that mail. You click reply. Yeah. So these are some of other components that are in the email. Then, still, I want to discuss now, because I had to repeat because of the network, the result call. We have the protocols. I have to repeat them once more. I'll explain once more. We have the protocols. And in a protocol is a method, or these are the rules that govern communication in the internet. They provide the rules, the guidelines on how emails can be sent over the internet. Now, actually, we have 4 main protocols that are using the internet. In the email, we have 4 main protocols which are using the in the email. And one of the protocols is what we call the IMAP, the Internet Message Access Protocol. The Internet Message Access Protocol. Now, this is a standard protocol for accessing email from your local server. A standard protocol for accessing email from a local server. So what happens in this one? The information for the emails are kept in the internet server. And now, for you to receive information using this protocol, it requires rest bandwidth. So in case you're using, in case you're having a low bandwidth, the information using what the IMAP. The information is kept in that local server. And now it is done. In case now you have not downloaded the message or the email, there is no you can read it. You have to download it. Then there is what you call the post office protocol version 3. The post office protocol version 3. The post office protocol version 3. Now for this one, it's simple. That is the way for users to access the email. So what happens in this one now? You can only download the emails unless you have internet connection. But still, even if you do not have sufficient connection, there is a way you can still get the email, even if there is no internet. So the post office protocol version 3. So just download the emails from the local server, from the internet server to your computer. That is what we call the post office protocol version 3. Then there is what we call the simple mail transfer protocol. We have the simple mail transfer protocol, the SMTP, the simple mail transfer protocol. Actually, this one is used by the mail transfer agent. This is by the MT. The mail transfer deliver your email to the recipient's mail server. It is used to transfer your mail to the recipient's mail server. Actually, now for the SMTP protocol, it can only be used to send emails, not to receive them. So yeah, it depends with the ISP settings in your network. You have said you can only use this protocol to send your emails, but you do not receive them. That is what we call the SMTP. Then there is what we call the HTTP protocol, the hypertext transfer protocol. Hypertext transfer protocol. Now for this one now, it is used in combination with the web browser. Remember, you have used the web browser now to access the mail server. So the HTTP now it facilitates is equal to facilitate the retrieval of the emails from the mail server to the web browser. That is what we call the HTTP. And we are through with the protocols. So these are the 4 main protocols that are used in the email. Then I want to discuss now the mechanisms that can be used to enhance email security. Mechanisms that can be used to enhance what email security. And one of the mechanisms is what we call encryption. We have encryption. In terms of encryption, is whereby you convert that plain text to cipher. Convert what? That plain text to the cipher. And for you now to encrypt an email, you must use what we call a mathematical algorithm. You must use a mathematical algorithm, or in a good example of a mathematical algorithm, we have what we call the MD5, the message digest 5. We have the message digest 5. That is an example of what? A mathematical algorithm. Still, you can use what we call the secure hash algorithm, the SHA. You can use what we call the secure hash algorithm. And let me just share screen here, showing the encryption. Just share one here, showing encryption. Yeah, we can have it. Yeah, we can have one here. I hope you'll be able to see that. Bruno, this one here. Have this information here. Have this information here. The thing is in what now to convert now the pretext to some cipher, to convert the pretext to cipher. That is the first mechanism, encryption. Then the second mechanism, you can use what you call strong passwords. You can use what you call strong passwords. You can use this password, and you know what is a strong password. A strong password, it must entail a combination of what? Of several characters. You can have uppercase, lowercase, and other keys. For example, you can use, for example, maybe capital B, lowercase o, you can use a question mark, double quotes, but now you have to ensure that the values of the characters, they are more than 8. That becomes a strong password. Because now, in case you don't have a strong password, hackers are able to guess, or they can hack easily your password. So ensure you're using what? A strong password. Ensure you're using a strong password. Then we can have what we call the PEM, the privacy enhanced mail. You can have the privacy enhanced mail, the PEM. Still another mechanism that can be used to enhance what the security, the privacy enhanced what mail. After this one, there is an standard that provides for secure exchange of electronic mail. Then lastly, there is what we call the pretty good privacy. We have the pretty good privacy. Now the PGP, still the mechanism that can use to enhance the email security. It's a program that is used to encrypt and decrypt email over the internet. This is a program that is used to encrypt and decrypt email over the internet, as well as authenticate messages with digital signatures and encrypted source file. Look at this one. Still, it is using encryption and what? Decryption. And after there is what we call the secure multipurpose mail extension. We have secure multipurpose internet mail extension, the SMIME. And this is the technology that allows you to encrypt your emails. And for this one, still, it uses what we call encryption. Before I go to something else, I was supposed to explain something on the PEM. You see now, for the privacy enhanced mail, still, it provides secure exchange of what of electronic mail. But not for this one, it enhances or it allows what confidentiality, said authentication, and what message integrity. In terms of confidentiality, there is no way someone else can access what the information. There is no way someone else can access what the information. That information can only be accessed by what? That legitimate personnel. So there's the assurance that the information will be by that other party. Then we have what we call message integrity. We have what we call message integrity. In terms of message integrity, it is the assurance that the email is what? Or the information on that email is correct and accurate. That is what we call message integrity. Then we have said authentication. We have said authentication. In terms of the authentication now, the person sent the email has to be logged in that email. You must have provided the user and the password. And these two credentials now, they must be verified in there with the information stored in the server. In the case now, one is incorrect, you cannot be allowed to log in. So the user and the password has to be correct. So now authenticated. That is what we call said authentication. So these are the four mechanisms that can be used to enhance the security of the data The four mechanisms that can be used to enhance the security of the data. And we are through with that part of the email. Then as we call the digital resources. At the previous information some days back, I stated what is group. Yeah, but now in this session, we'll be discussing the advantages, the conferencing, types of the conferencing, the advantages, and the disadvantages. Now, so the other is what we call the chatting. Have the chat group. Still, this one is a service that is able to be provided by the email. They have the chat groups. For example, now you can have a chat group, like for example, like a WhatsApp group or a chat group in social media. But now you must be having a subject. You're discussing about that. You know, the advantage of this group now, they both interact with the people around the world. This is what is global. So one of the benefits of having a chat group is what we call distance training. We have what we call distance training. In a normal scenario, most of the employees you have to gather somewhere for training. In normal instances. But now, what if now we have as experts, or maybe the person got the training is far away, and there's no way that person can be able to come at that time. So having a chat group can enhance that. You gather employees somewhere, but you don't gather employees somewhere. So everyone can just log into that session and start communicating. So chat groups are able to provide lower cost and easier way to share the options for employee training. The trainers can also add via chat at the first point to the whole the week with the employees. That is distance training. Still, there is what we call customer support. You can have customer support. You can have customer support. Customer support. Actually, live chat rooms are becoming more common on business websites. You provide instant answers to customer questions. And most of the customers they often prefer to use the chat to avoid dealing with annoying phone menus or long delays. Yeah. They prefer using what? The chat groups. Because sometimes you can have long delays. For example, maybe you're waiting for another call, or your call to be received, so you can get some information. So you have to use what? The chatting groups. Yeah, and they're very, very essential. Another benefit, apart from the customer support, distance training, there is what we call employee support. We have employee support. Actually, many businesses use chat rooms for employee support throughout the day. Instead of calling or visiting a office, an employee can just enter the chat a question, and someone responsible is able to respond. So you don't have to leave your office. You don't have to leave that desk. Just log into that chat room, you post a question, someone with the information will just respond. So you decrease that traveling within the organization. Then another benefit is what you call increased productivity. What you call increased productivity. Increased productivity. When employees don't have to leave their desks for meetings or support, they don't have to close down programs or spend time working or traveling. As a result, they can tend to be more productive and able to bring up files immediately when questions are asked. Once the chat is over, the employee is already at his desk or at her desk and is ready to continue working on his regular tasks. So that is how you can improve productivity. You don't have to leave your desk for meetings. Another advantage still is what we call brainstorming. Brainstorming. Actually, chat rooms provide a secure location for employees of the company to meet and brainstorm. Because now the chat rooms can be restricted based on the user credentials. Only specific employees are allowed in certain chat rooms. Only specific employees are allowed in certain chat rooms. Still, you can use what we call the public business chat rooms. They can be used to allow employees working on projects together can meet in a company chat room and discuss their details about what they are brainstorming. Still, another benefit of having what chat room. Still, we have another benefit called the client conferencing hub. Client conferencing. Yeah, client conferencing. Client conferencing. Businesses can host their own chat rooms or use a third-party chat. Businesses can host their own chat rooms or use a third-party chat site for client conferencing. These chat rooms, they allow users from any location to join in. And this makes them an ideal solution for conferences between multiple people. Why? There is a real-time interaction. There is a real-time interaction between the parties. That is what kind of conferencing. You can have other benefits. For example, it is less expensive, it's fast. You can even attach files in that chat room. Still, you can communicate instantly. You have just said there is what you call real-time interaction. You have real-time interaction. So these are some of the benefits of having a chat room. Now, what are the limitations or what are the disadvantages now of having these chat rooms or these chat rooms? One of the disadvantages is what we call computer attacks. Computer attacks. Chat rooms provide a way to people or how people can spread harmful data or malware. You have to be very, very careful with these chat groups. The programs which are used to facilitate online chatting may not be designed for security. Well, for security, let me just repeat. We are saying the program which are used for online chatting do not have maybe secure features. Secure features have not been implemented. So they may make your computer an easier target from attacks. Remember, you have cyber attacks. And these attacks now can take place out in the chat room. Still, another disadvantage is what we call unfiltered content. Unfiltered content. The information or the data or any image that is being posted in a chat room, it may not be filtered in any way, but it may not be censored. So malicious users can expose others bad language or adult images or references. So the information here is not filtered. And this becomes one of the limitations of having what? A chat group. Because someone can just post something, irrelevant information, bad images. Yeah, because now some internet users users may attempt to get others to look at horrific or shocking images, or even to antagonize others by making comments that invoke anger. Okay, to arguments. Because, for example, in terms of arguments, these are very, very common in a chat group. For example, maybe you post something and your friends or you are working with, they start responding a different perspective. It can even invoke anger or even create arguments. Still, another disadvantage is what we call predators. You have predators in what? In chat groups. Sometimes, when you're logging in a chat group, you must provide a username. Maybe, for example, your username. Realize some chat rooms, they often allow visitors to choose a username. They allow the users to do what? To choose a username. So, someone anonymous person can just create a name and just go to that chat room. He could pose, for example, a predator could pose as a teenager and try to learn personal information about what other teens. That is what a predator. Yeah, because now he's an anonymous person. So, and one of the mechanisms we can help to eliminate this now is to that chat group. You must use what? The correct username. Not having anonymous what? Information. Yeah, so these are the main disadvantages of having chat groups. Still, another disadvantage is that you must be having internet connection always. There is no way you can send an image, a message, or receive a message unless you have internet connection. It must be there. Still, another disadvantage, for you to communicate with other people, the other person needs to be online, because you just post some information. In case he is offline, there's no you can receive the message. So both parties must be online. Still, a limitation. Another disadvantage, it is very hard to spot emotions in the chat groups. So how do people express emotions in the chat groups? They just post what? Maybe some funny images. Yeah. Still, another limitation, you may lose non-verbal communication. For example, the body language and the tone of voice. So these are the main limitations of the chat groups. They are the main limitations of what? Of chat groups. Then apart from the chat groups now, the second resource is what you call, we have video conference. Like what I'm doing now, I'll be having what video conferencing. And first I want to discuss the types of video conferencing, then discuss the benefits of having what video conferencing. Sometimes it's called web conferencing. Now, what are these types of video conferencing now? Now, if I go to the types now, you must be knowing what is video conferencing. It's a mechanism of hosting a meeting online. In normal meetings now, the speaker and other people they have been in the same room. But now in video conferencing now, and the trainees, they are okay, but they're able to communicate. So types of video conferencing. One is what we call a telepresence video conferencing system. Have the telepresence video conferencing. For this one, it is designed to host a meeting as closely as possible. Even if the participants are not in the same room physically, the setup is done in a very easy manner. Actually, we use large screens and cameras, which are positioned at eye level. We use large screens and cameras, which are positioned at eye level, very, very close. So now the users are able to see the information. Actually, now for this one, if the participants are sitting in the same room, the same table, that is the video conferencing system. It tries to ensure that the host meeting is almost close, or you're almost in that meeting. You can go in that meeting. But remember, you're not in that meeting. You're located at even locations, but this is what the cameras. Then there is what we call the integrated video conferencing system. The integrated video conferencing system. Integrated video conferencing system. As for this one, they are designed conferencing. Now, for this one, you must be having a centralized location whereby the equipment are placed. So you must be having the hardware and the codec. So the hardware and the codec, they are present in a central location. All the main cameras, the displays, and other peripheral videos, they are mounted in the main conference location. Then other screens, they are placed outside. So now the people outside, they're able to do what? To follow the information. Actually,
You are currently the only person in this conference.
have either as of a client on your desktop, or we are having hardware codec that doubles as your computer monitor. So by using this type of setup, the video conferencing system is brought right into your personal computer, but still pulling of a promotion conference. It's very efficient desktop video conferencing system. And lastly, there is what we call space. Have service-based video conferencing system. Have the service-based video conference system. For this, the